Good afternoon, Sierra Vista and surrounding community. This is Melanie Edwards Barton, CEO at the Sierra Vista Area Chamber of Commerce. And we have a very special guest with us today. This is Jody Klein.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And Jody is with the San Pedro Kiwanis.
Yes.
And here to talk about a very special program that they have going on this year again. But first, let's talk a little bit about the Kiwanis. Tell us about the Kiwanis, how long they've been around, what do they do?
Well, San Pedro Kiwanis has been around in Sierra Vista for 34, actually going on 35 years. And their mission is to serve the children of the world, one child at a time, one community at a time. And San Pedro Kiwanis has certainly been doing that for many, many years.
Long time. And so that's all volunteer, correct?
Right. We have about 50 members and meet Mondays at noon every week. But the core of it is doing projects, and we do lots of projects.
So it's not just a meeting once a month. It's
No,
projects
it's
mostly.
That's the crux of what we do, and we do stocking stuffers, which we're going to talk about today, and we're knee deep in that project. We also do some other things. We have a project called Beads of Courage, where we pack beads for kids all over the country going through medical procedures. They get a bead for every procedure, every lab test, hospital stays, all of that, and we're given the beads, and we pack them for the individual kids and mail them out. We do that all year long.
Wow.
So that's one project. Another is student leadership programs in the schools, and that's key clubs in the high school, builders club in junior high, and K kids in the elementary school. And what that involves is going into the schools and working with kids who want to do service and teaching them leadership skills. So
you got to raise them right. Start them young.
So that's a project. We also provide gifts for project graduation for kids needing to set up an apartment or a dorm or that and do that. And then if there are kids that have needs during the year and the nurses call us and they need a pair of shoes or toiletries or whatever, we'll do that on a one-on-one basis during the year. And the other thing, we have a program called Terrific Kids, which is recognizing kids that's actually in Huachuca Mountain School who meet certain goals, and then we provide the recognition for that. And finally, we provide some scholarships too, and recognize one child student of the month and give them recognition as well. So lots of different things, and that's not, those are the major projects that we do.
Well, and I think what's wonderful about a lot of your projects is that you don't have to necessarily be a Kiwanis member. Well, you could be, but you don't have to be to help support these programs, correct?
No, and Stocking Stuffers is successful because of the support throughout the community that we have for the program.
So let's talk a little bit about that program specifically. So this is for the Just Kids Inc. Foundation. Yeah. And so that's a branch of the Kiwanis?
Just Kids Inc. is the entity that was set up so that if somebody makes a donation to any one of these programs, it's tax deductible. So it's a nonprofit organization. It's really just a branch of our Kiwanis Club that enables us to do things that are charitable and tax deductible.
No, that's wonderful. And I know that helps. We've talked a lot this season about giving back and different ways that we can give back.
I thought I turned it off.
Thought he did. And
sorry.
But there's a lot of ways to give back, and this is another way. So tell us a little bit more about the Stocking Stuffer program.
Okay. Stocking Stuffers is a program that we have been doing for the last 35 years. So every Christmas we provide new clothes to, uh, and this year it'll be 650 kids in the greater Sierra Vista area. That's Sierra Vista, Huachuca City, Tombstone, and Palominas.
So
And
650 kids that have signed up for this.
Well, didn't not exactly signed up is the way that works is we work with the nurses and counselors in the public schools in all those areas, and they let us know the children because they know who need clothing and who can benefit because we don't know who needs clothing, and and we're not in a position to do that, but they see the kids every day, so they identify a child who they feel would benefit from clothing, and we provide them the forms and they send it home to the parent or guardian, and the parent then fills out the form not only for that child but any child in the household from newborn all the way through high school. So if that child has 5 brothers and sisters, we provide clothing for all of them. So it ends up being about 200 families for the 650 uh, kids, and the parent will then fill out the form, fill out the name and the information and the sizes of each child and even their preferences. And then our task is to go out and provide brand new clothing, not used, not donated clothing, but brand new clothing for each child. And it really, anecdotally, is when they come to school with their new clothing after Christmas, it does wonders for their self-esteem. I mean, we've had heartbreaking stories of 2 children in a household who attended school every other day because they shared a pair of sneakers and things like that. And so we are providing a real need in the community. And if you figure that new clothes, we're providing at least 2 pair of pants, 2 shirts, a pair of shoes, a package of socks, and a package of underwear for each child. Uh, that costs a lot of money, and it's costing more with inflation. So we figure it costs an average of $100 a kid, and that means the program is going to be $65,000 to $70,000 each and every year. So that's a lot of money. And then the way the community gets involved in it is that people in the community can either sponsor a child, which means that we'll provide them a kid's name and all their sizes and they'll go shop with their own money. And a lot of people will get a lot of satisfaction being a sponsor under the program. And they'll do that, and then they'll bring the package back wrapped or unwrapped, and then we'll wrap them and then deliver them to the kids before Christmas. So that's one way. Or they can provide a donation in any amount to Just Kids Inc., and we will get that money out, and every kid who's not sponsored will be shopped for by Kiwanians and other people that help there. So the crux of it is the community supporting this program, and then almost all the dollars are shopped in and around Sierra Vista because
local.
You're not going to go out of town unless you live out. We have a few donors from out of town, but people are going to shop in the community. So that's where we are right now. All of the kids are out being shopped for right now, And
So let's talk a little bit about how our community members can help specifically, because when we think stocking stuffer program, we think stockings, they hang at the chimney, but that's not the case. These are full outfits. So brand new clothes.
It's probably 10 pounds of clothing per child, and all those packages have to be wrapped and assimilated and then delivered. So yeah, it's not it is definitely not a stocking. It is a full 2 outfits Christmas. Of clothing.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So right now, I believe there's no more sponsorships available, correct? For this year.
For this year. But if somebody wants to be a sponsor next year, contact us and let us know, and we'll get you on the list. But there's still opportunities to donate money in any amount, and we will use that money and shop for kids. Like I said, we have to raise $60,000 to $70,000 every year.
But just think of the self-esteem, like you were saying, the confidence that these children have going to school. Yeah. School gets back in session in January, and they've got their new clothes to wear and feeling confident about themselves. There's no price that you can put on that.
That's true. And, there are other organizations that do toys and other things. We like this. We feel like we're providing a real need for kids, and like I say, it just comes back to you when you participate in this.
And it teaches such a great lesson to our children out there to early on to give back and what that feels like. And so I think it's not just the gift, but it's also the lesson that they learn as well.
Back. Yeah.
Giving back is so important. So you have a lot of volunteers that help throughout this program. So
absolutely.
You have the gift wrapping coming up soon.
Right. So on Sunday at 8:30 at the Sierra Vista United Methodist Church, we're going to gather in their activity room for a couple of hours and wrap every unwrapped present that has come in. And it's a great time. We have Christmas music playing and goodies, and it's a nice social time, and people really enjoy doing that. And then we take the wrapped packages back to our warehouse, where we organize them for delivery. And we also have a second wrapping day at the VFW at 8:30 the following Thursday.
Okay.
So
if we have some community members out there that may not be able to donate monetarily or in some other way, but they can come and volunteer.
They can come and volunteer, and they can even deliver some clothes on December 17th, which by contacting us and letting know that they would like to take some packages out to families. That's another opportunity, but they really need to let us know if they're gonna do that.
Well, and you have other volunteers that help with delivering those gifts as well.
If you can imagine just the areas that I mentioned that we serve, there's a lot of places to go, and so community members do some of that, and Kiwanians do some of that, and then the sheriff's office and his assist team and his search and rescue folks come out in mass, and we give them the hard area, the outlying areas. They deliver Palominas, Huachuca City, Tombstone, Mosen Road, and all of those areas. So it's bedlam.
But that's well, you said 650, so 650 that stocking stuffers literally that are being delivered on the 17th.
Well, most of them now. Palominas, the bus drivers in Palomina School deliver those. So
it's a lot of coordination.
So there's a lot of moving parts.
So this is a great program, though, incredible program, and a great way to give back to the community, give back to the kids in the community. And so we would just love to have more volunteers out there to help, and also to make donations. So we've got some information here that we're going to put in the comment section, and that way you'll know where to go, and we'll post this flyer in a little bit as well so that you can see that, and that way you'll know who to contact and where to go when they need help. And absolutely. And we just appreciate 35 years of this program. But I mean, just to think about that, $65,000, and all volunteers. So that's just an incredible way to give back to our kids and our communities. Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on today. Really appreciate it. If you have questions, you can give us a call here, or like I said, we'll post this information so that you can get directly to the right contact people and volunteer. Thank you again, Jody. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks for having me.
And Merry Christmas.
And you too.
Okay, we are going to get to our updates now. All right, so I want to remind everybody that the Leadership Southern Arizona applications are open right now, and they will be open through December 31st. So make sure if you are interested in being in that program that you get those completed as soon as possible. The applications are on our website at svachamber.com. Also, our board nominations are open right now as well. If you're a chamber member and you're interested in serving on our board, we have a fabulous board. We would love to have you. So please make sure you fill out the board nomination form before January 1st. That is also on our same website there. So this Saturday is the Christmas parade. So it is our 63rd annual Christmas parade, and we are very excited about that. It will start at 5:30. I'm going to go through some information for you here. It is the longest running holiday parade in Arizona, so we're pretty proud of that. And our theme this year is superheroes. So that's pretty exciting. We're going to see a lot of superheroes out there. I want to thank our diamond sponsor, SSVEC sponsors, and Cox Communications. Our silver sponsors, American Southwest Credit Union, Canyon Vista Medical Center, Lolly Automotive. Copper sponsors, Grad Solutions and Landmark Cafe. And our media sponsor, Herald Review Media. Have to also extend a huge thank you to Yucca Moving and Storage. We have the Sierra Vista Police Department, the Arizona Rangers, the Cochise Amateur Radio Association. We have so many volunteers that help put this together and make it a safe environment for everybody to come out and enjoy and have a wonderful start to the season. So anyway, that will be 5:30 is when it kicks off on this Saturday night. But I'm going to go through some more information just so that everybody knows ahead of time. For our guests that are going to be enjoying watching the parade route will be the same as last year's route. It will start at the corner of Coronado Drive and Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway. That's MLK Jr. Parkway. And then it will turn right on Avenida Escuela. It'll turn right again on Fry Boulevard, then right again on Coronado, ending back at Coronado and Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway. So for our guests, if you're watching the parade from inside the park, please note that the entrances and exits from Veterans Park, along with the Cochise Plaza to include Fry Boulevard, Coronado Drive, and Mormon Avenue, will be closed until Santa Claus completes his trip through the parade route and returns to the corner of MLK and Coronado. Also, for our guests, all the streets must remain clear during the entire parade to allow for emergency vehicles. So you're welcome to sit in medians or on sidewalks, but please make sure you keep the kids in tow. Don't let them run out into the parade. We want to keep everybody safe, but also make sure that you're not sitting in a street somewhere so that we have those roads open for emergency vehicles if needed. For staging, for all of our folks that are going to be in the parade, the primary staging entrance for floats will be the new entrance on Avenida Escuela behind Walmart. The secondary staging at Tacoma Street and Coronado Drive will also be open. Drop-off and pickup for children and walkers in the parade is at the library parking lot on Tacoma Street. For traffic control, please note that these areas I'm going to tell you about will shut down at 3 o'clock for parade staging. So Avenida Escuela at Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway behind Walmart. Coronado from Tacoma Street to MLK Jr. Parkway. Las Brisas Way onto Coronado Drive is not an entrance for floats or other parade entries. So if you are in the parade, please make sure you use one of those other two entries. The entrance and exit area to Walmart on Avenida Escuela will also be shut down at 3 o'clock. And Fry Boulevard, Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway, between Coronado Drive and Avenida Escuela, Mormon Avenue between Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway and Fry Boulevard, Coronado Drive between Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway and Fry Boulevard, and Avenida Escuela between Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway and Fry Boulevard will shut down at 5 o'clock, and the parade will begin at 5:30. So basically, Martin Luther King Parkway, Avenida Escuela, Fry Boulevard, back to Coronado, that will all shut down at 5 o'clock. So if you are inside of that area, like you're over the Denny's area, whatever, all of that will be shut down. So you won't have entrance or exit during the parade until Santa finishes his route. So please make sure you are in place before 5 o'clock because those roads will shut down. So for traffic control, residential traffic only from Cimarron Estates, which is behind U-Haul, will be able to access Carmelita Drive from Jack's Drive with the coned off lane on Coronado Drive. Brogan Court and Coronado Drive will be shut down at 5 o'clock. Residents in Thunderbird Mobile Home Park will have access to leave with a coned lane on Fry Boulevard to Avenida Escuela. So that's the press release that we put out. That's the information on the parade. Again, it will start at 5:30 this Saturday night. So please make sure you are in place and enjoy the parade. We have a lot more entries this year than we had last year, so it's going to be a little bit longer. So expect to be there for a while, but it's going to be a great one. So come out, enjoy, and then, of course, enjoy the festivities, everything going on within Veterans Park as well. It's going to be a great evening. So we'll see you out there. Next Saturday on December 10th at 10 a.m., at Cal Ranch, we have the Santa Fly-In. So starting at 10 a.m., Santa and Mrs. Claus will be flying in and landing in the parking lot at Cal Ranch. So please come out. It's a free event that we just offer for our community members to come out, see Santa, check out the air evac helicopters and fire trucks, and it's just a lot of fun. So come on out. That's 10 a.m. on December 10th at Cal Ranch. And then I have to thank our sponsors, of course, our gold sponsor, Cox Communications, silver sponsor, Swire Coca-Cola, media sponsor, Herald Review Media, and our partners, Air Evac, Cal Ranch, and Sierra Vista Fire and Medical. So thank you to them, and we'll see you out there for that. And Light Up Sierra Vista also starts on December 10th. So we all got used to driving around the last couple of years and looking at the Christmas lights. And so we're doing that again this year, December 10th through the 25th. If you are interested in displaying your lights and showing off your Christmas spirit, please make sure you register to be on those maps. And you can register anytime between now and December 5th. Homes are free, but there's a small charge for businesses. But we will be happy to have you on the map and have everybody drive around. And don't forget, for our community members out there, you get to vote on your favorites as well. So that's a lot of fun. And we want to thank Herald Review Media for their support of that program as always. So also, we have a Toys for Tots box here in the lobby. If you want to drop off some toys, that'd be great. And for all of our chamber members, if you'd like to sponsor one of our programs, one of our events, please make sure you just go to our app and either there or on our website, and you can find all the sponsorships there. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And that is all that we have for today. But I want to remind you all, don't forget to shop local this holiday season. Support our local businesses out there. It is so important, especially with rising inflation, rising costs of everything. Please make sure you're shopping local and supporting our local businesses that do such great things in our community. So thank you as always as well for being kind, empathetic, compassionate to everybody out there, whether they're working or not. Somebody you see on the street, doesn't matter. Please be kind and generous and be grateful. And we will be back here next Thursday with another special guest. We are the Sierra Vista Area Chamber of Commerce, your chamber for 63 years.